Hi, I'm Daniel Delby. I'm a comedian full-time and a marriage celebrant, and I used to be a high school teacher as well. Hopefully I can give you some of the tips that I've used across my journey to create some really funny and unforgettable ceremonies. So if you're a celebrant, or if you are a couple, or if you've been asked to do a wedding, I'm going to start a series for you to make sure it's a day that you won't forget. So I'll start with a clip that I want to call How to Begin a Wedding with Humor, or How to Get Everybody on Side. I think that using humor for a wedding is super important because you should be able to have a good time from the minute that you get there without thinking, oh, when's the reception? When are we going to drink? So I love to include humor and jokes in my weddings, mainly because you should be able to tell people like each other through the stories. You know, you don't have to say love is patient, love is kind. We know that, you know. I want to hear how the couple met, what they were thinking about each other. Andrew's first memory was of a beautiful chick walking into the club awards night in a sexy red dress during one of the speeches. But it was then interrupted by Naomi, so his attention moved on to her. No. It was Naomi in the red dress. So I like to make my weddings as funny as possible. This one is called How to Begin a Wedding with Humor. So I'm just going to watch a clip. All right, let's do it. We're ready to go. We are settled, ladies and gents. Can we just have one more massive round of applause for a big love and support? So the number one thing I do is I just make sure everyone is up and about. So if you are getting married and you're nervous, if you're a celebrant, make sure the crowd know, hey, when you see the bride or the bridesmaids, they're nervous as well. Get everybody clapping, get everyone cheering, and it just creates an awesome atmosphere. I think I'll add a video for that at a later date. I start every wedding by making sure everyone's clapping and cheering, so we're off to a flyer straight away. So however you want to phrase it, just get everybody up and about. How good. You know it's good vibes when the father-in-law daps up as we're giving away. So this was pretty cool because as the father-in-law was walking down the daughter, as the father was walking down the daughter, he actually gave the groom a dap instead of a handshake or a hug. So that was a pretty good vibe. Ladies and gents, family and friends. And if you reference that as well, if you see something funny happen, reference it, make a joke about it, and it just shows that you're human, you're not reading from a script, even though it's very important to stick to the script. Shows that you're human and that you can read a situation. You guys ready? Lips are good to go? Here we go. All right. We went premature there. Just let me say some nice stuff and then, all right, and ready. Or retake. Let's go. We're going to get some deja vu in a minute, guys. So our beautiful newlyweds, other than having the wettest lips of anyone I've ever had at this point. So, yeah, if you see something funny happen, make a comment. With great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you to the wedding ceremony of Rhiannon and Sam, where although Mr. Collins doesn't acquire her last name, he does get to secure a real treasure today. So I was pretty proud of that line. Her last name was Treasure. So I think if you're writing a wedding or if you're a couple and you've got a celebrant, try and start with a joke and it keeps it light and gets everybody on side. So I was pretty stoked with that one. He's not taking her last name, but he's secured a treasure. You'll see my face. I'm like, yeah, that was good. Well, it's no surprise that we are here today, literally. Sam and Rhiannon were trying to organise a surprise wedding, but too many of you guys spoiled it. So they are very thankful that you've still decided to join them today. And while we're sad some people couldn't make the journey, that does mean there's a little extra alcohol at the reception. So we will have a drink on their behalf. But thanks to Sam's past performance, there will be no Jack Daniels available. So I tried to start that with, again, a bit of a joke because he was known as Action Man Sam. So when he had bourbons, he becomes Action Man Sam. So I referenced that in the start, which you could hear the audience was all on board with. You'll see in one of my reels, he got rejected the first time these guys met. So he was no Action Man Sam. Also, the fact that they wanted to have a surprise wedding. And if you click on this link, it's got a blog and I will do a video on how to organize a surprise wedding. Yeah, they all found out about it. So reference something that's happened and straight away you create rapport. Everybody feels like you're in on the joke and you're part of it. My name is Daniel Del Morello, and I'm duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. As you can see so far, I'm not your typical old lady celebrant. And knowing how organised Rhiannon is, you can be assured that her and Sam have heard and approved today's ceremony already. So because of the nature of my clips, so if you've seen some of my reels, you'll see that a lot of my jokes are a bit edgy. I think it's important to make sure you let the crowd know that they've heard what you're going to say. So I always let the audience know, hey, these guys have heard it. Everything's been approved. But Sam loves this and appreciates it, even though she's not the biggest fan of his gaming. She bought him a custom-made PlayStation cake for his birthday once. Yeah, the custom-made PlayStation cake was just her covered in sponge cake with cream as joysticks. That was a joke, Dad. That was a joke. They've heard this, they approved it. And if you're a celebrant just starting out, or if you're officiating for a mate, or if you're a couple, please run it by your couple, or make sure you've heard it first. The last thing you want in the world is to be doing a joke that hits a nerve and then ruining the rest of the day.
And now here we are celebrating the most important.
I've heard of celebrants just rocking up and just doing it sight unseen, like, don't do that. Oh yeah, and then this next bit, it's my stock standard joke. Please don't steal it, but think of your own. It gets everyone giggling. Sounds like this. Yeah, feel free to laugh along with them when you hear the funny parts of their relationship, as well as the romantic stuff too, because laughing does make you 70% more attractive to the opposite sex. So Sam must have laughed a lot because he's definitely batting. There you go. Everyone else just got sexy as well. So you'll see on most of my weddings, I use that joke just because it gets everybody laughing along. So I would always start a wedding with a joke, do something situational, something that they're all in on. Make sure that your audience knows that everything you say is okay. Please, if you're going to riff something, at least don't riff a R-rated joke if you are not a professional. But it does show a bit of it does show you're human. It does show that you're present in the moment. I think it's important to start weddings with humor. I'm available to help if you've got any questions, or put them in the comments. I'll reply to whatever I can. And obviously I'm available for weddings all over Australia. If you fly me there, I'm located in Perth, and all over the world. And I can help you write your wedding.